Well, hello, everybody. I wanted to introduce you to Joel Go, one of the founders of BTS Army Club. And so let's just dive in, Joel. Tell us a little about yourself. What's your background? How did you get into the business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the other co-founder is my wife, actually. So we actually got into the business. My wife is Korean, and BTS is a Korean boy group, right? If you don't know, they're a South Korean boy group that is a big hit around the world right now, right? They're a viral sensation essentially. And myself and my wife, we've been listening since we were kids to K-pop music, right? My wife especially loves K-pop dramas, right? For example, K-pop Korean movies. So this niche of K-pop, right, Korean pop, or and even just like the whole Korean entertainment industry in general, has been something that she's always been interested in. And when she told me about it, I thought about, why not? Like, why not? Let's take a look and see what opportunities they are there. And so came across BTS, right, Bangtan Boys, and we saw that the merchandise space, or at that time the e-com space, right, was on a huge growth, a huge trend, and we thought, well, if we could sell merchandise of BTS, like how would that go? So we started, and then long story short, we are here today, right? It's been quite a journey, but the business is sustainable, it's still growing. So it's kind of
Awesome.
how we started.
Awesome. That sounds great. And how have you grown the business since you've had it?
Yeah, great question. So we started by doing a lot of giveaways on Facebook. So organic Facebook, right? We did a lot of like giveaways where people opted in their email addresses, phone numbers. That's how we got an initial surge of emails, right, for a list. Then we tried some Facebook ads last year for a little bit, right? We spent a couple $1,000s, got more opt-ins, got more sales, but really it was a lot of email marketing. Oh, we did a lot of Instagram shout outs as well, where we paid other Instagram pages that were like K-pop related or B2 to drive traffic to our store. um, we acquired 3 Instagram pages of our own. There are sort of about 200 and I think 50,000 followers, and we did like paid promo. We did promos there as well. And then this year we went heavy into paid. So we've invested in like paid Google ads, paid Facebook ads. Yeah, and that's primarily how we drive sales and traffic.
Awesome. Awesome. And when you're handing this over to your new buyer, what type of growth opportunities and potential do you see for the
Yes.
business?
Yes, I think one of the most unique things that our store has that I don't think a lot of stores have implemented yet is we have actually monthly recurring revenue through subscription. So we sell a $20 a month subscription where our customers receive, we call it a merch tester package. Like basically they get to test different merch each month. And at peak, we had over 130 subscribers, right? So that's like a good 3, 4 grand there. I know we've recently not been focusing on it, so it's dropped down to about 50 people. But I think the opportunity is just to continue selling more of the subscriptions because it's really easy to sell if you market it properly, and maybe then increase different levels or tiers of membership. You get a higher tier or something like that, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest growth opportunity in addition to the typical, right, shop like merchandise sales, like typical e-commerce transactions.
Typical ads, increasing ads.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just base like ads. Yeah, exactly, right. But that's what like every other store does. I think what's unique about us is we do have the monthly recurring income or revenue, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and then the other thing too is like we've got over like 230 Trustpilot reviews. I don't think in our niche in competition wise, I don't think any other store has that many reviews. So we've done a good job in like sending out merch and asking for reviews, right? Setting out merch. So we've done that for a bit.
Awesome. Awesome. When it comes to the ideal buyer, who do you think would be most successful taking over your business? What type of
Yeah, I
person?
think
Person.
definitely someone who has, they don't have to be an expert, but a little bit of experience in running like e-com stores because obviously, I want the next buyer to be successful, right? So you need to have some experience. You need to know how to obviously market, like promote, right? Good copy or run good creatives. The good thing is I can connect you with my marketing agency. They'll be part of the relationship transfer. So you get to talk to them. They create videos for us. I think they can even write copy for you, things like that. So but yeah, the ideal buyer should have some e-com experience, should be interested in BTS or at least K-pop, so they kind of know the industry, right? Different news about BTS, right? Because you can always use news like music launches, album releases to your advantage to just continue selling, right? More stuff. So I think pretty much that's really the two key things.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, no, it looks like there's, a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities for the right buyer. What's got you thinking about selling the business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So my primary work has got really busy. So is my wife. My wife also picked on a master's degree course. So we're
Wow.
just really busy. And with the financial capital that we recoup, we may consider reinvesting in like more skills for ourselves because we like learning. We learn a lot of different stuff. Or we might go down a different route, maybe FBA, Amazon, things like something like that. So we just wanted to move on and try something different, really.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all of that, Joel. Is there anything else that you would like your potential buyer to know about the business, about you?
Well, the one thing too is obviously we'll be here to support the next buyer, right? I think I said 6 months. I think that's no problem. And transferring relationships to our supplier, he's awesome. Like just send him the list of products and he ships them. He's great. He does replacements, like refunds, super simple. We've got a solid virtual assistant that she's amazing. So that's also in the relation, and then a marketing agency, right? So I think valuable relationships and existing connections will obviously be of value to the new buyer. So I think that's a big one to mention.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Joel. And we look forward to finding you the right buyer.
All right. Thank you, Maliha.